hammering is.
तैयार. Namaste.
Oh my lord! How long have I been muted over here? I think I've been muted for quite a while. That was terrible! I'm sorry. I don't know how long I've been just talking to myself over here, but yeah, we got the first blood over there going in favor of Valas, and it's been pretty interesting so far. First two series, that is. We see the underdogs. Certainly opening very, very strong. Production value. Yeah, I'm really sure why. I think I muted myself just a second ago because I needed to type something on Discord. And then I completely forgot to unmute myself for probably like what feels like 5 minutes. Sorry about that. But anyway. Yeah, the archers coming in from Mr. Yo. I was saying that this is not necessarily what I was expecting, especially as Mr. Yo, with this civilization, usually wants to make a play for Shrivansha Riders in the Castle Age. You can also open with scouts, but he opened with archers. I was also saying that because Valas is playing with Tatars, which can open with archers, although Valas has gone for scouts, or at the very least he's gone for the stable first and only then added the archer ranges. If Mr. Yo went for archers over here and forced Valas to go into archers a little bit more heavily, then Mr. Yo's army would be significantly stronger in the Castle Age once he had access to Shrivansha Riders compared to Valas' army in any case. But let's see. There we go, one villager going down. Yes, sir, and another one. And this is so much value for Valas. He's opening this game so well. And that's another villager going down. 4 villager kills for the red player so far. Mr. Yo is behind by 1 worker only, mind you. So why is Valas not even further ahead? He does have only 11 extra seconds of idle TC time, and it's because of the fishing ships. Mr. Yo's fishing economy over there allows him to keep up with worker count overall, despite the fact that he's been taking losses. You gotta keep in mind that he did pay a lot of resources to get this up. Not only in the fishing ships, but also to get the dock up. So this is a lot of extra investment that Mr. Yo is going to have to wait a little bit for it to pay off. And Valas thus should be in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately though, he ended up losing the archers forward. He's been investing into military a little bit more heavily compared to Mr. Yo, as you can see from the KD. Despite the fact that Valas got a better eco KD over here, the overall KD is same-ish, it's the same-ish, which means that Mr. Yo has gotten more military units. The fact that Valas got more military units than Mr. Yo means that he's invested into military significantly more so, which keeps him kind of pinned to the field age. Mr. Yo is going up to the Castle Age a little bit earlier, and Valas will be on his way up very soon, but it's not going to be... Yeah, it's not going to be too soon, by the looks of it. It's not going to be too close to Mr. Yo, that is. Give me 1 second, you might hear a sound. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. And once again, Mr. Yo should be able to clean this up. And even though Valas ended up getting a better trade so far, he does not really want to stick over here and fight against skirmishers with archers. He'll probably just end up getting cleaned up. Oh, will he though? Oh, Mr. Yo does not have Pally Archer armor. Without a +1/+1, these archers are actually pretty alright against skirmishers with good unit control and balance. Doesn't that clean the units up for the most part, that is. Fantastic. A third archer range is coming up for Valas, so we know what that means. Full-on cavalry archers, while Mr. Yo, on the other hand, he's got double stables on the way. This makes a lot more sense compared to what we saw in the previous series, where we saw the players go for the double stables basically as soon as they click up to the castle age, without them being able to make anything, to make, you know, to make use of the stables at all. And now we have Shivan Riders coming up, but there is a pause. There's a tactical pause over here. Let me take a look to see who paused this. Mr. Yo paused the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The game's just going to keep on going. All right. Scale bar than armors on the way. Mr. Yo's Srivansha Riders will be a little bit stronger because of it. Definitely wants to get chain bar than armor as well, but the Srivanshas will kind of bank on their agility in any case, so I don't guess I guess it's not going to be quite as important. In any case, Valas is still about 15 seconds away from the castle age, and he's been kind of forced into archers over here, not to wait forever to get some military out in the field. Now that he gets to the castle age, well, we'll see crossbowmen, Balkan arrow coming in right away, Bolso on the way, and he should make the transition into cavalry archers from this point onwards. Now, what do we get for Tatars? They get free thumb ring, which is really, really good. It's good for archers, but it's extremely good for cavalry archers. As the CA, by default, they get only 50% accuracy against static targets. So with thumb ring, they are going to be significantly more efficient at Raiden, even without ballistics. As long as they are able to target some static units. And then with ballistics, of course, thumb ring is even more important as well, because it ensures you're actually able to land your shots. Anyway, Valas seems like he's going to end up losing a villager over here. It might be more than one, 2 villagers down so far. We see the camels coming in from Valas over here, but is it going to be fast enough? That's another villager down the gutter, and another one going down. And another one in Valas is losing so much over here to 3 Shrivamsha Riders. Mr. Yo's worker count surpasses Valas's by 10. And we might see yet another villager go down over there. Now, Mr. Yo does not really control this Srivansha Rider anymore. He's got more pressing things to worry about back home. Namely, about 20 crossbows coming in from Valas. Straight into his economy. He does manage to get a Magnal out, and so far, Mr. Yo might be getting a little bit of extra idle villager time because having to remove these villagers from the farms, but at the very least he's not losing them. Unlike Valas, who ended up losing so many of the farmers over here because he did not bring the villagers over to garrison them over the TC. So Mr. Yo's in a much better position in that regard. Now Valas, he might end up getting cornered if he's not careful over here. So he's going against the Mangonel. He's going to try and take it down right now. Mr. Yo cannot get a single crossbow, and the Mangonel goes down. Valas. Yeah, he's just going for some villager picks over here. He's got ballistics already, so these crosses are good. Free thumb ring, and now he's got ballistics. He's not making the transition into cavalry archers, interestingly enough. Yeah, notice Mr. Yo is not quite confident. Still, his ability to clean out the crossbows with the Srivansha Riders. He's bringing Scorpion, a Manel, in addition to the SR, sorry. Now he'll try to go after these once again. Meanwhile, Val's just gonna try and break out. Can't really do anything as Mr. is paying attention, and he garrisons the villagers around the wood right away. And here comes the engagement. Where's the Manel? He's not using the Manel. He's just going to leave the Scorpion over here, which goes down basically almost instantly to the crosses over there. And then on the right hand side, Mr. Yo cannot keep on collecting fish over here uncontested because of the crossbows. However, he does have 2 demolition rafts that might be worth keeping an eye on. I love to see Valas also going for the very value-conscious decision of leaving just the one crossbowman to harass the fishing ship, so that it's not worth for Mr. Yo to lose a demolition raft over that. Mr. Yo did use one of the demolition rafts. You can see in the minimap that the crossbow from Valas is no longer there. Yeah. And now, well, Mr. Yo is just playing defense. He's gotten ahead by 15 workers already. Substantial amount. He's repairing the mangonel, keeping it alive on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, he should be able to clean these crossbowmen down. Not quite. The mangonel goes down once again. The Shivansha Riders do end up taking a bunch of the crosses down. Ultimately, I think they will end up getting cleaned up. Not quite. No. The Shivansha Riders will end up cleaning the crosses up on the left hand side. Now, that was not necessarily an extremely good engagement for Mr. Yo, because he does end up taking a lot of losses. Only he survives with a single Shivansha over here. And you gotta keep in mind, that army of crossbows took mangonel after mangonel. They took scorpions down. They took so many Shivansha Riders as well, so it might actually have been more cost effective for Valas in the end. Red players left on 33 military units compared to 9 from Mr. Yo. And the third TC is on the way for Valas, while Mr. Yo already had 3 TCs. So in addition to water control over here, we also have a a pretty decent DC count and a pretty decent worker count, villager count actually for Mr. Yo. It's not going to be just fishing ships that give him a lead in terms of economy, and more so now that he's going for the 4 TC. It looks great. On the right hand side, TC's coming up for Valas. Manages to get this up just in time. There's an extra TC coming in for the red player as well. Yeah, Mr. Yo cannot do too much over here. The score is favoring Valas by quite a lot. You gotta keep in mind that military production is going to boost your score significantly more so than going for extra economy. So that's going to be the explanation as to why Valas is looking much stronger right now. Despite Mr. Yo's eco lead, right? But yeah, with that in mind, more military over here will give you a higher score, because you can use your military to go forward and reduce your opponent's economy. We'll see if Valas is able to clutch that up though. He does have the crosses over here. How many? We have 30 crossbows for Valas forward. Putting pressure against Mr. Yo, pushing him away from the stable. The table will go up in the end. And now Valas is coming in one more time. He's gotta be careful. That is a very narrow area for his crossbows to go through. And the mountains here from Mr. Yo. He's got villagers at hand, right inside the TC over here to repair the mantle if he needs to do so. Yeah, let's bring the villagers back out over here, back to the farms. Back to the farms, and it seems like Valas isn't able to do too much over there. So that's the key though. If you are ahead in military count, you want to make use of it to go forward and suppress your opponent's economy. You cannot just sit back and hope to catch up passively, because it's just not going to happen. If you're behind in worker count and you're behind in TC count, or even if you're even in TC count, you're not going to catch up just by playing passive. So I do like to see this from Valas. Unfortunately for him though, he's been unable to really make the crossman push work over here because he's lacking siege. And now that he's got the Shivanshas to worry about as well, it seems like these crosses might end up getting cleaned up. Let's take a look. Is Valas paying attention over here? Mr. Yo is trying to chase these crossbows with a mangonel, but he's struggling to do much. And that shot is gonna be good. Not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. Mr. Yo could not land the killing blow over there, and Valas' army is still going to survive for a little bit longer. The question once again though becomes, what does Valas do with the army so far? He's not really been able to do too much. You take a look at the Eco KD, and Valas actually lost more villagers than he's been able to kill, and Mr. Yo still retains a 7 worker lead, 6 worker lead right now. A higher worker count for farmers means that Mr. Yo will definitely be the first one to go up to the Imperial Age. If you take a look at the amount of stone that he's got, he could potentially make use of the market and rush the Imperial Age a little bit earlier, while Valas, on the other hand, will kind of struggle. Right now, he's got bloodlines. Oh, that was a good shot. Is that going to be another good one? Not quite. Good unit control from Valas. At the very least, he's getting some good value out of these crosses in terms of military engagements, but villagers are still looking better for Mr. Yo, and Valas still has not really gotten too many. My pleasure, my pleasure. I am going to cast the alternative stream series. Alright, so now the series that are being cast in the main stream. I think it's probably better for people to watch that in the main channel, mostly because we are going to have some of the best casters in the world over there doing a really good job, but also on-site footage, right? So I'm going to provide coverage for the alternative sets. If you want to see which sets we'll cover today, you can also do ! schedule. Otherwise, you can just find out as we go on. Yeah, that it's very much on purpose, of course. If I was just watching this, I would be watching it on the main channel, right? The main sets, that is. But I think for tomorrow we are going to have a little bit of a switcheroo. I think tomorrow we are going to cover players that we are not covering today here, because that's the way that the tournament is designed. They are going to be switching the players that are featured in the main channel as well. So very much looking forward to it. Could you maybe do median trees? I'm not really sure why. It should be working, isn't it? Because I do have the mods. Oh shit. It's not working. I'm going to take a look at that after this game. Yeah, sorry about that. I was noticing the trees were quite big myself as well, but I thought it might just be an optical illusion or something. No, it turns out it's just straight out not working, so I'm going to try and fix that afterwards. Here we are. Beautiful. Mr. Yo is going up to the Imperial Age. Valas, not so much. Not so much. Nice push over here from Mr. Yo as well. Valas will finally be able to go up to the Imperial Age. He's got a castle coming up. Mr. Yo's got 2 castles already back home, and Valas did already have a castle as well, so this is gonna be the second one for the red player. However, Mr. Yo, he's got Kshatriyas on the way. 35% would discount the military production. And he gets to the Imperial Age, so once he gets elite Shrivamsha Riders or elite Chakram Throwers plus conscription, he'll be able to produce the units for significantly cheaper, and that makes the spamming potential significantly higher as well for Mr. Yo. Of course, meanwhile Valas was able to get a hailing worker count compared to Mr. Yo. That's going to be a change of pace in the game. But Mr. Yo is keeping up pretty well overall, especially given the fact he's gotten to the Imperial Age earlier. Once he finishes researching conscription, he'll pick up military production again, and right now we have Keshik from Valas, in addition to crossbows. And do remember that Tatars do not get arbalisters, so this is not an army that's going to scale too well for Valas. The Keshik are good, the crosses not so much. He's not really made the transition into cavalry archers either, so it seems like it's just going to be full Keshik and the pikemen. As Valas is making a transition right now, he's going for pikemen from 3 barracks. He does end up pushing some villagers away from gold from Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is going to have to bail. Yeah, let's take a look at this. There is still a demolition raft over there for Mr. Yo. I don't think it'll be doing too much damage against Imperial Age units, but anyway, here comes Mr. Yo. These are standard Shivanshu riders, not elite just yet. Here we are. There we go. Now we have the elite upgrade coming in. For chakram throwers though, he's been going pretty heavily into those. And not too heavily into Shrivansha riders anymore. And it makes sense. The chakram throwers, as long as you have a somewhat decent meat shield, it doesn't need to be elite Shrivansha riders. Honestly, it's just gotta be strong enough to allow the chakram throwers to work from behind. So if he's got some standard Shrivansha riders over here, just tanking the Keshiks and potentially just luring the pikemen around, you definitely do not want to engage the pikemen head on with the Shrivansha riders, but if you can just lure them around, you can use your chakram throwers to clean those up. Now Valas got a little bit of raid coming up on the left hand side though against Mr. Yo. He's got some pikemen down the south and some crosses up in the north, and Mr. Yo will take care of the crossbows just fine. Mr. Yo's got 2 trebuchets on the right hand side as well to take down a castle, 4 castle from Valas, and Valas seems like he's probably just going to end up losing this one. Unless he just dives in with the Keshik, he might be able to get the trebuchet down, but we'll see. Here comes the engagement. Once again, the chakram thrower will dominate over here. And yeah, that is not even close. This is really, really good for Mr. Yo. Once again, he just needs a working meat shield over here. And not going forward like this, he just needs to lure the halberdier around and potentially tank the Keshiks a little bit, but mostly Mr. Yo wants to make sure the chakram throwers over here are working well. And here he comes. He's got the Shivanshas. He's got plate mail armor on the way as well. It's gonna be +3, +4 for these units. And the Shivanshas are taking care of the halberdier. It's not even close, of course. And now the Shrivansha riders are left over here to potentially go forward and get the raids going. I do appreciate Valas' defense over here and commitment to the castle, but Mr. Yo should still be able to get the castle down. If you take a look at the amount of villagers Valas got to repair the castle with, that's only 13 villagers, so not too much. Beautiful. Chakram throwers are working really well. And in the end, Valas does end up just diving in with the Keshiks over here, trying to get the trebuchets down. But he gets cleaned up! And not only he gets cleaned up, he loses the castle. The trebuchet go down. In the end, he does survive with a few of the Keshiks, so he does not get cleaned up right up. But Mr. Yo, by getting the castle down over there, is going to be in a much better position to keep on putting pressure over here, is moving further forward. There we go. Seems like the castle is probably going down soon as well, and Mr. Yo can get a few extra trebuchet out. That should be the case. He does have a second one on the way, but the third one is going to be just queued over here as he's already got into 200 population. Here come the chakrams. He's going for light cavalry. The Tatars have BBC. I believe so. Let me just take a look at that to be 100% sure. Actually, they don't. Yeah, never mind. They do not. Guys, after this game, I think we're going to make a transition to the standard version of Capture Age because we have some slowdowns going on over here, and I have seen somebody else also have these issues, and they say that with the standard version of Capture Age, it's not happening. So I'm not really sure what's the cause, because this seems to be just a skin. It should be just cosmetic, but it's not good. We'll see, we'll see. You know what? I'm going to try something else for game number 2, and then if that does not work, then we are going to switch back to the standard version of Capture Age for game number 3. I don't know if you noticed the game slowing down a little bit. Shouldn't be happening. Certainly not in a 1v1. Regardless, though. Yeah, the Chakram are still looking mighty strong. We have Heavy Camel Rider coming in for Mr. Yo too. An extra castle coming in for the Bull player down the south, and Valas. Valas is still with a score high. How is Valas ever higher in score? Overall KD certainly favors Mr. Yo, and Eco KD is favoring Mr. Yo. Both players are on comparable populations right now. You can see the Bull player also go for Frontier Guards, which is going to give infantry and cavalry units extra armor, +4 if I'm not mistaken, so melee armor that is. So the Chakram throwers over here become pretty tough to deal with. Actually, you know what? That was not the case. It's not for the Chakram throwers. I guess it's probably just for standard infantry from the barracks. Yeah, that would be kind of ridiculous though if we could get to +7 over here. The camels are still pretty good though. 6 melee armor means that they are much better against something like the Kashyyyks, for instance. There we go. Mysterious got a Trebuchet down south as well. Kind of struggling to gain momentum. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably want to do 1.25x speed. So that it compensates for the slowdown. Once again, sorry about that. We are going to try something else for game number 2, and if that does not work, then we are just going to switch back to the standard version of Capture Age, which will allow me to have a chat on screen, by the way, in case you've been missing that. Yeah, Mr. Yo's definitely struggled to get momentum here. Here we are. Only the one Trebuchet for the time being. Beautiful. We have a Czar right now as well for Mr. Yo. And he's got Siege Elephant on the way. Up in the north, the Chakram throwers do end up getting a few villagers around the farms though. And now Mr. Yo is getting the score lead. He's ahead in population overall. He's coming in. Trying to anyway. Chakram throwers are on the way. There we go. And Siege Elephants just finished researching for Mr. Yo. There we are. Beautiful. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try something over here right away. Yeah, this is going down to 1.1x. So just give me 1 second. I'm just going to restart this really quickly. And if I have already tried the workaround that I was thinking about earlier, if this does not work, then we are just going to switch to the standard version of Capture Reach afterwards, all right? Let's see. All right, we are catching up. There we go. Seems to be working better now. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. Chakram throwers still mighty strong. Oh, nope. It's going back to 1.2x. Yeah, we're going to switch back to standard Capture Reach, guys, after this game is over. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Mr. Yo to seal the deal over here. But now that he's gotten the score lead, if he's able to just keep on taking better engagements, like he's been able to do so far this game, he should be able to keep the score lead. And remember, this will come down to a score win if the counter does go down to 0. So there's about 333 years left to go. And that's about 50% or so from what we have seen from the game so far already. A little bit more than that. So if we get to 1 hour and 15 minutes and nobody has won the game yet, it's just going to go to whoever has the highest score. And Mr. Yo has been able to clutch this one up. He's managed to get the score lead right now. And Valas has been on the lead for the most part in the past. The engagement taking place. Valas is getting completely demolished. It's not even close. The Chakram throwers, they are just so strong. They are taking the Keshix. They are taking the Halberdier. They're taking everything. Valas calls a GG. And Mr. Yo, after a big engagement, does end up taking game number 1 for 1-0 lead over here. We won't go through the achievements because of having to restart Capture Reach. Instead, I'm just going to go back. Hopefully, we'll be able to go into game number 2 in a moment. I do need to go to the bathroom really quickly though, and I will switch over to the standard version of Capture Reach. Well, let's go. There we are. Beautiful. Alright. Once again, we are going to switch Valas over to the red.
Namaste. Orders.
Oh my god, I've been muted for I do not even know how long. Again, sorry about that. I don't really get it though. Give me a second. Why am I muted myself? Unknowingly. Oh boy, that has not been the smoothest start. I'll have you know. But hey, we do have the chat. We do have million trees. The game should work a little bit better right now because of the standard version of Capture Age, so... Yeah, Castle Age is on the way now for Valas, and Mysterio should be on his way to the Castle Age in a moment as well. So Valas did manage to click up significantly earlier. The problem is, he's under a lot of pressure over here, and so far he's been unable to fend off the 4 units from Mysterio. It was not going to take much longer to get to the Castle Age himself. There's a less than 1 minute difference between both players' uptimes, and now Mysterio is making the transition to full cavalry production. He opened up with archers, he made the transition into scouts later, and now he's got bloodlines coming in. Very nice defense over here. Valas doesn't end up going for the quick balls just in time. So what do we expect to see from this particular matchup? Hindustanis should dominate. Bulgarians will get faster attacking cavalry. They will get extra armor on infantry units, and that might be the issue over here. However, Hindustanis will get also 1 extra armor on gunpowder units, and they do get Shatagni for extra range on hand cannoneers, so they should be able to take care of infantry when it comes down to it. And against cavalry, Hindustanis are going to have some of the most excellent camels in the game. So I'm not really sure. I guess it's really going to be a matter of how the players go about this game. But so far, after the opening, Mysterio is looking significantly stronger, as he's the only player who's managed to get villagers down so far with 5 villager kills. And Valas, on the other hand, not so much. Taking a look up in the north, 2nd and 3rd TC's on the way for Mysterio, and then down the south. Yeah, no extra TCs coming up at all from Valas. That is Bug. This is the alternative stream series. So the main event series probably have more viewers. I'm not really sure what it is that they are casting in the mainstream right now, but it's a different set. I imagine it's higher though. Yeah, I wouldn't really be expecting only about 5,000 people to be watching the alternative series anyway. But yeah, it's interesting regardless. Mr. Yo, he's got DC on the way. And Valas, not so much. Wheelbarrows coming in for Mr. Yo. It's very important for the Bull player. Try and get some good damage done over here before Valas gets to heavy camels, imperial camels, Shatagni hand cannoneer as well. We'll see. Mr. Yo seems to be set on going for economy right now, which I do find very interesting. And the standards will pay fewer resources for villagers, for instance, so there's that. Anyway. There we go. Town center is up already for Valas, and he does have the 30C coming up. Both players going for full economy. Well, Mr. Yo is going to get ahead. Interestingly enough, not something you expect to see from this particular matchup. If both players are going for economy, you're expecting to see Hindustanis get ahead instead, but Mr. Yo, well, he's looking really good. Plus, he's managed to get 4 TCs up compared to just the 3 TCs from Valas, right? The third of which isn't even up just yet. By the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but yesterday there was a Blitz event, an Age of Empires 2 event, organized, put together by the Hispanic community to support Nikap, who had qualified for Bull Wololo Legacy but could not participate in the end. So yeah, Mika was actually playing there alongside some other very high level players. I think it took place at about 18 GMT, not GMT rather, I think it was like 21 GMT. I could not cast it, I was preparing my stuff for today's stream, but that's certainly something you might want to check out if you like. Vamos, Valas! Alright, 40C on the way for Valas. But man, this is so rough! Mr. Yo! He's ahead of it by so much. He's got 21 extra population compared to Valas. Military counts higher for Mr. Yo. Work counts higher for Mr. Yo. He's going for a forward siege workshop, so he's making a play for aggression, while Valas, he was later to, you know, to economy over here. He's behind in both regards, military and economy. This is not good. This is not good. If you're falling behind in work count, you want to at the very least be ahead in military count, or the other way around. But Mr. Yo's been able to get ahead right now in both regards, so Valas is on the back foot, and that's going to be even more so the case when the first few siege weapons come out from Mr. Yo and start putting pressure against Valas' TC. There we go. Fantastic. We have a Ram and the Mangonel, so that TC is going down extremely quickly. There you are. Yeah, the Krepos is on the way. Now for Mr. Yo forward as well, so he's already managed to get one Krepos up. He's going for the second one, and this will put so much pressure. The great thing about this Krepos is it's going to target the monastery. Baz had some relics over there he's going to lose control of. And this Krepos, of course, will take the palaces down extremely quickly, so Mr. Yo should be able to just come in right away. Although it doesn't seem like he's going to need taking the palaces down. He's just going after the monastery. He even garrisoned the ram over here with some pikemen to make sure that it's as fast as it can be. And Valas is waiting for enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age. In this situation, going out to the Imperial Age isn't a good idea for Valas. He's got a lot of resources he could be utilizing to put some defenses up that he'll use to instead go up to the next stage when he's unable to fend off the units from Mr. Yo. And Mr. Yo, to be fair, is not being as aggressive as it could be. He's got another siege shot coming up on the left-hand side. It's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon as well. Both players are collecting some stone, so we'll see castles come up very soon as well. Mr. Yo seems to be going at stone a lot more heavily though. He's got 11 stone miners compared to Valas' 4. The Imperial Age on the way. Mr. Yo is only about 40 seconds behind compared to Valas, which is not too bad. Especially if he's the first one to get a castle up, he's gonna be the first one to get access to Trebuchet as well. And that is a game changer. The first player to get access to Trebuchets will definitely get the upper hand over here. Valas will be putting pressure against Mr. Yo's Krepos, potentially freeing some pressure from his own resources. And Mr. Yo, if he was the first one to get the Trebuchets, should be able to get the TCs down. He's not going to be, of course, hindered by towers or any sort of fortification as long as he manages to get the siege out. So Mr. Yo definitely wants to be the first to get there, and so does Valas. As for actual resources, Mr. Yo manages to get enough to get the castle up first. compared to Valas. Valas still about 250 stone away from having enough to get the castle up. And you know what? He's only about 50 seconds away from the Imperial Age, so it doesn't seem like he'll be able to get the castle up on time to get the trebuchet queued as soon as he gets to the Imperial Age. So most likely, Mr. Yo will be the first one to the castle and the first one to the trebuchets. Here we go. Castle's coming up for Valas, and it's on the way for Mr. Yo at about the same time. Valas might be the first player to go for trebuchets, but it's not going to be a significant head start as Mr. Yo will have a castle forward, producing trebuchets barely, I would say 20 seconds, 15 seconds after Valas. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be even that much. It's probably just going to be like 10 seconds after Valas. That is not good. Valas gets the castle up over here, but there are no trebuchets coming up at all. Does he not know about the castle coming in? He does not know about the castle, but he could still benefit from getting trebuchets out just to clean the crab post anyway. Free up all the pressure Mr. Yo's been putting against him, so yeah, no trebuchets at all from Valas. Well, Mr. Yo, he gets to the Imperial Age and he goes for stirrups first things off. So 33% faster attacking cavalry units. He's got Cap Ram coming in. He's gone for Stone Shaft Mining, Gold Shaft Mining, Plate Bar than Armor. And Valas, yeah, he's going for Chemistry. So he can go for Bombard Cannons. And Mr. Yo's not going for trebuchets at all. Interestingly enough. It seems like it's just going to be a play for C-Trams over here for Mr. Yo. He's not even going for Chemistry, so we're not going to see Bombard Cannons for the Bull player at all. Yeah, and he's just trying to keep the pressure up on the left-hand side. We see that he's got the stray Cap Ram over here with the Pikeman in. Conscriptions coming in as well, and Mr. Yo's pressure over here is fantastic. Valas. Well, he's making a play for Hand Cannoneer right now. Once again, with Shatagni, Valas's Hand Cannoneer are incredible. But without Shatagni, they are just standard. Mr. Yo, he's got the lead Connects on the way, which is great. It's going to make the mounted version so much stronger as well. So even against Hand Cannoneer, he's going to be alright. And Valas needs to make a play for Pikemen as well. So he's going pretty heavily. He's got 9 Pikemen queued up from 5 barracks. Mr. Yo's going for C-Tram. Here come the elite Connects. It's such a weird unit to face, the Conic that is. The Pikemen are going to go down to dismounted Conics, and of course the Hand Cannoneer will go down to mounted Conics. So, as long as Mr. Yo plays his cards right, he should be in an alright spot over here still. Now, he's got the trebuchet finally on the way. C-Tram's gonna be here in about 30 seconds for Mr. Yo. While Valas, on the other hand, well, Valas is on a lot of pikemen in Hand Cannoneer, but is this going to suffice for him to hold on against Mr. Yo's push? So far, it seems to be working out. You take a look at the population overall. It's pretty even. There's light cavalry coming out right now for Mr. Yo as well, so he can make a transition into pure cavalry raids. No gold cavalry, right, in later stages, but take a look at that! The pikemen go down to the Conics. Mr. Yo sees a much larger amount of pikemen over here to fight against, so he bails. But this is good still, because Mr. Yo is baiting the defenses from Valas away from the front, so now he can keep on putting pressure over here. Where's the trebuchet? He's going for Bagains, and Bagains gotta be so strong as well with Bagains. He gets extra armor on the infantry units, so once these Conics get dismounted, check this out. Oh, it's not affected actually. Interesting. It's only for the barracks units, dude. I'm off with the unique technologies today. But yeah, anyway. Or is this just captured, not reporting? Regardless though, this is not the best unit control for Mr. Yo. And it doesn't seem to matter though, he still has momentum. He's going to get the castle down on the right hand side. There are no villagers from Valas trying to repair this at all. No, no, no. So Valas just calls the GG! As he cannot hold on against Mr. Yo's pressure over here anymore. Let me update this real quick. This is of course Red Bull Wololo Legacy. First day. This is opening. Yeah, actually, you know, open a match. Best of 3 as well. And that's going to be actually the second game that Mr. Yo gets over here. 2-0, and boy, that was quite a strong showing from Mr. Yo. We'll take a look at the achievements before hopping back out.